let's see, I guess it was in 2001 school year when me and a couple of my friends were going to Southern, and we moved into this house that's behind me. And we had several friends that lived in the area. We thought maybe we'd get together and do kind of a cookout, a party. So for the next several years, twice a year, we would throw a shindig. There's an area where we'd have barbecue set up, and we'd have bands playing here, and streamers going across from the phone pole to the garage, and a canopy of balloons. And the first time we had maybe 30 or 40 of our friends come out, we got the idea of promoting substance-free partying in a college atmosphere. And normally things ran pretty smoothly. The last time we did it, the biggest one, we had 300 people just packed in here doing 300 people sing-along karaoke and the bands and giving out t-shirts and giving away things and cooking out and just using this whole area as much as possible for several hours. So eventually, maybe 3 or 4 hours into the evening, one friend of mine comes to me and said, "Chauncey, look, there's a guy here there's a cop here. He wants to talk to you." So I go over there and this cop, pretty sternly, he said, "Look, I've been here 3 times and I told them they've got to quiet it down, they've got to move these cars aren't parked where they're supposed to be parked, yada yada." He was pretty ticked. About the time that we got every car parked where it was supposed to be parked and lined up, I heard from all the way up here, when I was down by the road, which is a little bit of a distance, I heard AC/DC's Back in Black just screaming through the speakers. "Back in Black!" Just super loud. And I could hear it down by the road, and I thought, oh no, this is terrible. So a few more, and sure enough, a few more people come to move their cars, but almost within seconds of hearing Back in Black, loudly screamed. The car, see the patrol lights come back up again, the cops are, he's like, "All right, look, you gotta shut it down." Eventually, at first we just lost money. We would spend money, put our money together, buy the food, promote it, make little CD invitations, buy all these things, send it out to people we wanted to invite. They would come, they'd pay a few dollars to be a part of it, and we would just lose money. And eventually, though, we started to make money. Since we were making money, we decided, well, we can't really make money because we started getting food donated to us. But I think people thought we were a nonprofit organization. So eventually, when we started making money on the events, we decided what we would do is we would take any additional money that we made and we would give it away to a charity. Where we are right now is Zaxby's, but it used to be called Cafe Mi Aroma here in Chattanooga. And over my left shoulder, that's where the stage used to be when it was Cafe Mi Aroma. They'd have a lot of music. So the idea was we were going to have just a concert, a Christmas concert. We were going to play here at Zaxby's/Cafe Mi Aroma on that stage, which is just a booth now, but it used to be a stage. Envision a stage. I met a lady through my job at Goodwill who had actually become homeless recently, like within the last week of that time period. So we decided we would use our little Christmas show to hopefully try to raise some money. This area right here is Miller Plaza in downtown Chattanooga, and this is where we wanted to come eventually and do an outdoor music art festival. The Give series that we've been doing, we've done on quite a few other locations, but this is where I kind of wanted it to end up after we saw what the potential was. There's a little bit of a challenge to try to see what we can do, because we started with 4 or 5 musicians and raised $50 for a lady, and then a couple years later we have 50 musicians performing and we raised $2,000. So it's kind of a challenge to see how much more can we do. It's hard to get people invested in an idea that's not their own. So it's easy to get excited about it, but you got to have other people who want to do it too. So I don't know, I'm just waiting for something to happen, maybe.
Give is an art festival that not only supports artists in the community and gives them a chance to present their work, but also sponsors a family or even more than one family. Give 5 is the 5th event in the series and will sponsor 2 families. It will feature 70 plus musicians and other artists from the community.
To help, I think, move some people into an apartment that the Give event had provided at least their first month's rent.
Yeah.
And I think you were helping them move in. I was with you because I had a truck or something, and we were moving some of their stuff in. And just to see that immediate impact, you know, I know that it was just to help them get started, but, you know, that was at least enough to help them get back together as a family and get on their feet. So that impacted me, yeah.
No.
Trying to maintain them like a character.
You know, I've met Shaughnessy after I went to Goodwill. You know, I was in the 90-day program. But before I went to Goodwill, I was homeless. Me and my wife, we were living in an apartment complex downtown called Penn Towers. You know, once me and my wife got married, the two moved to my one bedroom. They didn't renew our lease, so we had to. I basically had no enough income to get another place to stay. So me and my wife wound up going to the homeless shelter. So eventually, she got me in the program. So after I got the program, I went to Goodwill. I've been out about 2-3 weeks. I met Shaughnessy, and me and Shaughnessy got a lot in common. We both spiritual. We talk about God all the time, talk about the Bible. And he knew my situation with me and my wife maturing, you know. And Guild 3 is the reason why I'm here in this house today. Because what Shaughnessy did, you know, he sponsored me and my wife and come up with enough money, you know, get this place. Not only did Shaughnessy like sponsor me and my family, he even went on the internet to find this place for her. And not only that, he went a little further. The furnace I'm sitting on. Shaughnessy helped furnish my house, you know. I think Year 3 though, you know, it's blessed me and my wife, because I don't think I could have, you know, been in this place today without help Shaughnessy. Year 3 gave me, my wife and children, you know. You know what I'm saying? It showed, it meant a lot to me when I seen how the people still came out in the weather, because the weather was horrible, you know, and like, you know, it's just like a blessing knowing that they still gonna come out and partake in this event, you know, helping me, my wife, and children, you know. Like I said, I'm very grateful.
It was love in action.
Yeah.
Okay, so Forgive, some of the issues that have come about is getting people to understand what it's all about. I mean, it's kind of, there's not $1 million signs going up, you know, promoting it or telling people to come and be involved, and so it's just a matter of word of mouth, of small flyers, you know, all over town, and I think everyone involved has benefited in more ways than one, you know, from the performers, from the actual family or cause that it's actually going towards, from people's parents who come just to check out their child, you know, playing, or their children who come and watch their parents play, and it's just fun. A lot of people get involved and are all there for the same reason.
So what we're hoping is for this December, when we have Give 5, we'll also be able to have Paul and his family come back. Give 3 is when we raise enough money for them to get a place to stay. And we're also hoping that they'll be able to come back, and that'll be a time when he and his wife and their 3 kids will be able to also have moved back in together. The 3 kids aren't there yet. We're hoping on December 13th, 2009, to have 1,000 people come out and to raise $5,000 or maybe more for the 2 families that we're going to be working with. More specifically, to bring the attention to what a community can do for people, for tangible groups of people, for these 2 families, what we can do to financially support and then just to show support of a community. I think it makes a big difference. So I'm hoping we can do that to the biggest degree that we've ever done it. Hopefully, that's what we want to do.